Welcome at the Geek Streak 2.0 episode 2, the show that wonders how they got this, into this. The smartphone, a handy piece of kit even if it is burdened with a misnomer, because they are neither smart nor are they just a phone. We are way past that. These little gadgets are wonders of miniaturization. Sure, the new iPod Shuffle is so small that it could be mistaken for a suppository, and an interesting mistake that would be. However, the gadget under our attention today packs such a punch that any iPod Shuffle should be jealous of it. As you could see in the first scene, devices like this do all the things that our fictitious Uncle Toby would have to reserve a suitcase for, which our equally fictitious Aunt Meg would not appreciate. I picture Uncle Toby with knee-length shorts, a Hawaiian shirt, a mega-sized camera in front of his belly and a photo bag that drags his head dangerously close to the cobbled street. A head, by the way, that needs frequent wipes from a handkerchief, as the refreshment frequency Aunt Meg allows on such trips leaves Uncle Toby thoroughly hot under the collar. Whenever I see the real-world incarnation of our thoroughly fictitious Uncle Toby, I feel genuinely sorry for him. I mean, there he is, taking pictures with his middle-aged male insecurity compensating overly expensive camera, while all the while he could be sitting at the bar drowning his sorrows just carrying one of these in his pocket. Not only would he be able to make decent pictures, he could also surf the internet looking for stock photos of the sites they are visiting and pass them off as his own. It would save the health insurance forking out for his strain injury therapy. Anyway, leaving my sour grapes aside for not having a Canon 5D Mark II, these phones are capable of making pretty decent pictures, especially in the holiday snap, oh look how drunk we all were and how we all puked in the Plaza fountain genre. Better still, they can record it on video and then upload it to the web, so you don't even have to wait until you're home to annoy your until recently loved ones with your holiday escapades. Now let's, for the sake of feeling generous, give Uncle Toby one of these. When, and I say when, not if, Uncle Toby gets lost among the sites, and he needs to be at the shoe shop at an appointed time as instructed by the ever on schedule Aunt Meg, he can switch on the GPS and let himself be directed. After all, the phone is a lot smarter than he is. Bless him. So guidance is given. Not to the shoe shop, of course, that would be unwise. Even Uncle Toby understands this. To arrive there on time would make Aunt Meg highly suspicious. You see, Aunt Meg can see perfect reason in spending a gazillion ducats on a photo camera, or 10 times that amount on a pair of shoes. However, letting a device in her husband's clammy hands that requires a monthly fee and can access the internet, now that would take some persuading. So the smartphone has to remain a secret between us and Uncle Toby. Shh. Luckily it looks so much like an ordinary phone that hiding its true brilliance is not very difficult. So, not to worry, Uncle Toby uses the search function on Google Maps to find the bar nearest the shoe shop. He downs a couple and then enters the shoe shop, appropriately late and flushed. Aunt Meg gets the satisfaction of scolding him, while Uncle Toby is protected by the dulling effects of the beer. He is able to maintain that inane smile while the mild scolding goes on, and Aunt Meg points the bowsprit towards the park for a nice little rest. On the park bench, watching the pigeons, which Aunt Meg takes pleasure in feeding, the phone rings. Not his, hers. Oh boy, it's Uncle Toby's sister-in-law. Now that is going to take at least an hour and a half. I mean, the shoe shop is still fresh and needs to be analyzed in detail. Uncle Toby saunters off a little distance to the safety of a large tree and whips out his treasured gadget. With a quick look over his shoulder, he presses a few buttons. And hey presto, his favorite game shows up on the millions of colors screen. For a short while, Uncle Toby is transported to a world where dragons are there to be fought instead of lived with. He can imagine himself a hero going on quests, amassing great hoards of treasure. Even the occasional nubile princess may tickle Uncle Toby's easily tickled imagination. And when Aunt Meg rudely yanks him back to reality, he can feign an important text message to hide the fact that he is punching buttons to quit the game. After all, it's just a phone he's holding. Uncle Toby only just scratched the surface of the smartphone, but already it has saved his sanity. It has liberated him from dragging that great big camera around. It has liberated him from shoe shops. And it has liberated him from reality. And who knows, one day he may discover Twitter and get some real friends. And from a fictitious Uncle Toby, I say bye bye. Until next time. There he is, taking pictures with his middle-age, male insecurity, overly expensive... compensating. I mean, who the hell wrote this? This is... you can't pronounce... I mean, who wrote this? Yes, I mean, this is... Let me rant for a moment. Who wrote... Oh, I did. Sorry. However, letting a device in her husband's clammy hands that requires